the empire is in deep, deep trouble, as all empires throughout human history have been in toward their end. My argument would be that the complexity of current events, the complexity of what modernity means, has accelerated the life and growth of states in general, but empires in particular. And that we can easily see not the usual life of empire, which most historians will put down as somewhere between 100 and 300 years, but a very accelerated demise for the current empire of the United States. What do you see as the signs of this demise? Well, the first and most prominent one is that empires tend to be powers that want the status quo forever. And they are willing to use force of arms to make sure that that writ is carried out. They also keep massive standing military forces. They don't stand them down, they keep them. And interestingly, too, they generally wind up at the end using more mercenary forces than they do citizen-based forces. They also do something else. They go bankrupt. And I don't mean just physically, that is monetarily. They go ethically and morally bankrupt. They wind up, for example, with less than 1% of their population, and it's usually a mercenary percent, bleeding and dying and defending the other 99%. Sound familiar? They usually wind up with bankers and financiers running the real power instruments in the empire. Sound familiar? They usually wind up with great hiccups in that financial and economic and trade picture that they have increasing difficulty in managing to survive. Sound familiar? These are the signs of the demise of empire. Generally speaking, they come to the demise after some apogee. They do this because they become so concerned with every little possibility in the world that the status quo might be changed that they're willing to risk, in modern terms, trillions of dollars and lives and so forth, not just their own lives, but others' lives who they might attack in supporting this position, in order to preserve that status quo. So they will go out, for example, when an attack occurs upon them by barbarians that kills 3,000 of their citizens, mostly because of their negligence. They will go out and kill 300,000 people and spend $3 trillion in order to counter that threat to the status quo. They will then proceed throughout the world to exacerbate that threat by their own actions. Sound familiar? This is what empires do. This is what they do particularly when they're getting ready to collapse.